Congratulations of esteemed attendees. Allow me to present the research on the topic Assessment of Aesthetic and Ecological Function of the Urbanized Part of Small Watercourses of Mlynivka and Radchanka by the Indicator of Visual Quality of the Environment. As part of the scientific project Trial of the Aesthetic and Ecological Function of Small Watercourses of the Mlynivka and Radchanka rivers on the territory of the Ivano-Frankivsk City United Territorial Community, an assessment of the visual effects along the shoreline of these watercourses was carried out. The project was implemented during 2023 with the support of the Federal Ministry of Economy and Climate Action of Germany as part of the project of the International Climate Initiative, strengthening civil society in the implementation of national climate policy. The purpose of the study to assess the visual impact inherent in urbanized areas within the shoreline of small watercourses, using the example of the small rivers Radchanka and Mlynivka within the limit of the Ivano-Frankivsk urban united territorial community, since the preservation of small rivers within cities is the primary goal for ensuring quality ecosystem services for the purpose of recreation functioning of the urban water complex. Aesthetic purposes such an assessment will allow identifying at the initial stage of research areas that have been significantly changed due to anthropogenic activity and areas where natural factors do not have a sufficient compensatory effect. In the conditions of significant urbanization of agricultural areas, development with the creation of residential town, grabbing of green zones and water protection zones, of small watercourses for the arrangement of parking lots, expansion of the infrastructure of shopping areas, playgrounds, access roads, public transport stops, gas stations, and solid waste storage areas, the use and advertising banners, pools, lighting sources, and electrician engineering objects, color communication objects, the visual environment of the city, and several areas undergo significant destruction. The assessment was carried out according to the protected scoring method using the author's software products visual eco-safety. The formation of the matrix of points for statistical processing of data by group or criteria was carried out of the Microsoft Excel environment. The elements of expert assessment were also used. The marking of observation points and image of watercourses were given using remote image in the Google Earth Pro program. On the slide, you can familiarize yourself with the result of the assessment of indicator of the visual quality of the environment along the coastline of the Mlynivka and Radchanka rivers. Consider the areas where the lowest point and the highest were obtained. Point 12. Locate on the lands of the Starobohorochansk territorial community receives the lowest visual quality of the environment. The territory is designed for a solid waste landfill, contains a gas distribution station. The access roads are complicated, and around the design communication are covered with corrosion. The physiognomic characteristic of the territory are mainly and anthropogenic origin. The visual impact is satisfactory. The highest point Highest point of the visual quality of the environment were obtained by 8 and 10 observation point, located in the village of Lisets and Stem respectively. The extremely high potential for the development of ecological and aesthetic function of the research area is reflected in the dominant object in the village. To determine the contribution of each of the three groups of evaluation criteria, natural object, anthropogenic, and man-made object, physiognomic characteristic of the territory, the method of calculating the relative indicator of the visual quality of the environment was applied. For the purpose, the point assigned by the expert research in each of the criteria groups were summed up, averaged, and divided by the number of criteria contained in the group. Based on studies of visual impact along the riverbanks of Mlynivka and Radchanka, it has been found that the lowest level of visual quality of the environment is observed at point 12 in the Staroborochanska community. The highest indicator of visual quality were recorded at points 8 and 10, located in Lisets and Stepnik respectively. Other points are characterized by moderate visual impact. Analysis of visual pollution of natural riverbanks in the Staroborochansk territorial community and the village of Drahomarchane revealed significant anthropogenic interference. The presence of solid household waste, landfill, eroded paths, corroded communication, and the proximity of asphalt road to the water stream increase the risk of pollution and negatively affect the visual attractiveness of this landscape. Research of visual, anthropogenic, and physiognomic characteristics of urban system along the river Mlynivka and Radchanka demonstrated significant differences between selected points. Evaluation of natural objects showed high naturalness at points 10 and 15, but the overall score for visual quality is highest as point 8 in the context of anthropogenic object points 6 and 7 were found to be overloaded, while at point 12 the percent of land filled negatively affect visual quality. Physiognomic characteristic of the urban system revealed the maximum naturalness of smells and sound of nature at several points, however, points 15. To improve the visual quality of the environment within the studies areas, we can provide the following suggestions. Thank you for your attention.